Hi, my name is Whitney, and I work here at the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History. We are bringing you content online today in our new program that we're calling Discovery Lab Online. We are bringing the museum to you while you are at home. Today we are going to be doing a lesson on chromatography. And chromatography is a fun lesson on the study of colors and learning about what colors make up other colors and just how pigments and molecules work. Now for this activity, we have a series of some supplies here that you may have around your house that I'd like for you to grab for this activity. If you've got some colored markers, go ahead and find some of your favorite colors, and you have some wet erase markers or dry erase markers. Those also work really well for this activity too. You also need water. I have mine in a dropper bottle here, but if you were to use like an eyedropper, that would be awesome. A spoonful of water might be a little too much for this activity, so I would find some way to use a dropper, or maybe even a Q-tip would be a great alternative. And for this experiment here at the museum, we have something called chromatography paper. But if you don't have chromatography paper at home, you can also just use regular coffee filters. Those are a great at-home piece of supplies that we can use for this experiment. Now, if you have your chromatography paper or just your circle of a coffee filter, we're going to actually take those and a couple colors of markers. I'm going to grab a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow and green, and I'm going to bring my supplies actually over to my document camera so you guys can have an eagle eye view of what we're going to be doing today. So here's my piece of chromatography paper, and then here are the three colors that I chose, and we're going to take our colors and we're just going to color in some dots all around the chromatography paper. So I'm going to come here, here, and here. I'll switch to blue. Blue here, and here, and a little bit of green. Do one right here in the middle, a little bigger, and a little bit smaller. All right, so here's one start to our chromatography project. Now I'm going to take my bottle full of water, and I'm going to drip drop some water right on top of a few of my colored dots. There's blue. Now I'm only using a couple drops of water, being very kind of gentle and using the water sparingly because we don't want our paper to get too soppy and wet. But as I've dropped the water, notice what's happening to our chromatography paper. The water, it is paper, so the water we're dropping in, it is spreading out through the grain of the paper, and it's catching onto those color molecules that we drew with our markers. So this is special paper. This won't necessarily happen if you were to use regular printer paper. This paper is very special because it allows the color to travel through those grains and through those patterns in the paper. And it's spreading nice and far into a really cool pattern. So the water and the special chromatography paper is separating the molecules that make up the colors. It's separating the molecules in the ink. So we're seeing this green split into some blue over there, because do we know what colors make up green? It's blue and yellow. So the blue in that green is kind of separating itself out a bit. And yellow here, what's happening to yellow? Is anything happening to yellow? I wonder why. I want you to think about that for a minute. And then the blue, we start off, we've got a little bit of yellow here in the center, and it's spreading out. We have dark blue, and the further we go out is a lighter blue. So that's really interesting. Does anyone know why maybe that yellow hasn't quite changed yet? Now I've pre-colored a different pattern here, and we're going to see what happens when I use a few different colors. I've still got the green, I've still got the blue and the yellow, but I've also added orange and black. Now I really want you to pay attention what's going to be happening to the color, the black lines that I've made over here, and I have used lines instead of dots, and we're going to see if that changes the pattern at all as well. So I'm going to take, again, my bottle dropper of water and start dropping over some of our colors and see what happens. So we're just going to take a minute and watch what happens to these colors. Do you see them spreading? I know I do. See this blue and the green in this corner? They're going to meet somewhere right over here in a minute. This is pretty cool. What do you guys notice about the black? Does it look all black? Do you see any other colors starting to peer out around the edges? Do you see all this? We have black, but it's turning into like pink. I see a line of pink and some orange, but my orange marker is way over here. But I'm getting a lot of different colors coming out of the black marker lines that I made. And that is because the color black is actually made up of a lot of other different colors. So the chromatography, like I said before, how it separates those molecules and those particles of color, we are pulling out some of those other colors that make up black. So we're going to see a little bit of maybe red or orange or yellow or purple or blue that come out of the color black. And if you use a different brand of marker for each design that you do, you might get different colors coming out of that black because every company and every brand of marker might use a slightly different recipe to make their color black. And so once this dries, you might want to leave it for a good chunk of time, like maybe a couple hours so that paper does dry. You can end up with some really cool designs. I'm going to show you some examples of what has been done in the past by some of our other students here at the museum. Now, these are some bigger pieces of chromatography paper. There's some bigger circles, but we've also got smaller circles used as well. Let me show you those. Look, how cool is that? So actually, we're going to go back to our regular camera. Hi. So something that we can do with our chromatography pieces and our chromatography circles is once they're done and dry. So if you want, you can use a hole punch and punch a hole through the top, and then get some string or some yarn, a couple inches long, and tie it in a knot, and then you can hang these around your house, or maybe if it's at the holiday time, around a wreath or on a holiday tree. That would be so fun, and you can use all kinds of holiday colors or just your favorite color. So this one is really cool. And maybe if you were to hang them in the window, you could get some kind of cool reflections off of them as well when the sun comes out. So that is our fun little lesson on chromatography. And remember, if you don't have chromatography paper, just go get some regular white coffee filters and you could do some really cool experiments at home with color. All right. Thank you for joining us for this Discovery Lab online lesson, and we hope to see you at the museum again sometime soon. Bye.